Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon for anybody tuning in this video today. Do us all a favor, like, comment, and subscribe if you actually like the channel. And our topic today, and this is spoilers ahead for this movie because this is by far the number one movie in the world right now.
So, in the June, click away if you want to hear the Across the Spiderverse spoilers.
Dang, couldn't the title. Anywho, yep, you heard it right. But yes, our video today is Across the Spiderverse, and yes, I know the movie's been out for about what 2.5 weeks, maybe 3.
Few weeks.
Few weeks. Now, I won't lie, it is a 5-star movie. It is a very hurtful masterpiece. I say hurtful because the ending, in my opinion, and I know a lot of other Spider-Man fans or fans in general of the movie, it was incomplete. It literally hit you with the comic book ending and said, to be continued. Do you know how disrespected I felt walking out that theater?
Infinity War 2.0.
Not Infinity War, Endgame. Because remember, Endgame, where people were mad because there was no ending cutscene.
But Infinity War literally in the cliffhanger.
The Infinity War made sense though.
I know, it so does Across the Spider-Verse.
Everybody got dusted, but unlike Across the Spider-Verse, nobody really died. Not really.
Miles glitching. Spot literally lost his identity. I think
he ain't dead, unlike half the Avengers cast.
But like I said before, it's like Infinity War 2.0.
Now, you know what? Look, that goes straight to the next point of this movie. In my mind, and this is for Spider-Man fans specifically, I think we inadvertently got a Spider-Man Civil War. And I say that because you see the sides midway through the movie after they explain the canon event. And most of the video, I ain't gonna lie, we're gonna throw out like 2 or 3 theories, but mainly I think we're gonna have a Spider-Man Civil War. You have Miles' side and you have Miguel's side. Now I'm gonna make this frank. Miguel, Spider-Man 2099, is not the villain of the movie. A lot of people say he is just because of the way he dealt with Miles. I agree that how he dealt Miles, it wasn't right. But people have to remember, Miguel is the most serious Spider-Man we have beyond Kane, Noir, and Superior, and others. But Miguel is like top 10, top 5 in fact. But he's the most serious out of the top 5. But in this movie, I liked his motivation. I liked his intentions. Excuse me. He's really trying not to kill anybody. But in order for him to save everyone, he's got to let one person die. Now, mind you, this is the same problem we have in anime. Everybody knows this same exact war exists in anime right now, because the same choice is just like Miguel and Miles is with Itachi and Eren Yeager. Would you kill your family to save the world, or would you save your family and kill the world? This is exactly that same exact problem, but a little flip-flop. With Miguel, you have a choice of saving the universe versus one man. But Miles is trying to save one man above all else, but at the same time, he believes he can do both. Now, you see where we're coming from. There are sides. And they even at the end of the movie, they show you how the sides are made. Everybody who was in the first Spider-Verse movie, all them 4, they're all on Miles' side, and then you have, I think, 2 or 3 extra Spider-Men on his side at the end of the movie? Which, I'm not trying to be racist or nothing. They were all the black Spider-Men and women we met. Look, you laughing. Look, Hobby was on his side. I forgot her name already, but she on his side. And then, look, I think Spider-Woman, Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew was on his side too. Possibly. If not, she was helping him from, HQ, communications. And mind you, yes, it is the Jessica Drew that is pregnant. Now, for a lot of Spider-Man fans, I know Jessica Drew is white. Don't fight. We don't need to get serious on this, but I know in the movie she black. Look, there are other universes and other possibilities. So I'm gonna just throw that out there before anybody like be like that hardcore Spider-Man fan and be like, "Oh my God, they are race swapping characters again." They have so many. Let's not get there. I'm gonna just throw that out there. 'Cause I know somebody gonna say it. Now, me, frankly, I really think I'm on Miles' side because I would feel I could do both, save the universe and save my folks. I won't lie to you. If somebody literally told me right now, my pops was about to get shot on the block, like 20 minutes later, I would literally drop everything I had, throw on the weirdest of clothes, and go save my pops, or at least prevent it from happening. This is the same problem we have in the actual Civil War comic books, specifically the second one. You had Iron Man versus Captain Marvel, and what was it? It had a lot to do with seeing the future. Iron Man was trying to protect it, while Captain Marvel was trying to change it because they were listening to an inhuman who could possibly like see the possibility of a future where certain things happen. The biggest example is that Miles Morales, according to the book, according to this what do they call it? Vision. Miles Morales either beat or killed Captain America and took his shield. And because of that outcome, like that vision, everybody was hunting Miles because of something he hasn't even done yet. And then it drew a lot of uproar within the hero community because everybody knows this Inhuman isn't really trustworthy. This man has 50% of the vision. Like he can tell you what happened, but he don't know when, how, or why it happened. He just know it happens. Do you know how annoying that is that you have to go off hearsay? So here we are with Spider-Man, like all of them. But there's the thing. Everybody knows the canon event because everybody's already been through it. A captain has to die and somebody loving to them has to die. For most of the Spider-Man, it's been Ben Parker or at least Gwen Stacy. I'm just being fair. Even Gwen Stacy in the movie has said it straight out of her mouth. Every universe, Gwen Stacy falls for Spider-Man, and in every universe, it never ends well. Sadly, it really hasn't. Even in the very beginning of the movie, she fell for Peter. He just didn't know it, and then he ended up getting killed. It never works out for them. And quite frankly, it really don't work out for nobody with Peter except Mary Jane. But I know there is a universe where Peter and Gwen got together and made stuff go around. I don't agree with Mary Jane being his main squeeze. I get that's what comics have been doing for years. She's been the main one. But in recent terms, I don't agree. I get it. Don't tell me. I know. I know. I'm just saying. Right now, I love Gwen's story. It blended well with Miles too. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out there too since we got on Gwen. But I know I'm on Miles' side. I understand Miguel's side, but I'm on Miles' side. And I bet in part 3, they gonna make it seem like a Marvel, like, Spider Civil War in the movie. We don't have one in the books right now, but I know it can get there given this story. This story is actually canon with everything else. They even mentioned the MCU, which they called it Earth 19999, which I don't understand when this... I'm trying to keep up. Because in the movie they said 616, but I know the director himself of that movie said that was a mistake. So when they corrected it in the Across the Spider-Verse movie, so it's not 616 MCU wise, it's Earth 19999. So I'm like, okay, cool. And look, what makes it even funny, the Earth that Mysterio mentioned in Far From Home, which I think he said 633 or 313, I forgot. That is such an 8 Mile reference. Whichever one he said, that Spider-Man is in the Across the Spider-Verse, and I was like, okay, cool. I freaks with it. Now another one, I keep hearing on TikTok specifically. God, TikTok has been slandering this movie. Everybody keeps saying it's forced diversity, bro. Stan Lee has said he created Spider-Man so he could have everybody who reads him feel like they could have been Spider-Man.
Babe, it's not everybody. It's just that one dude.
It's not just one dude. It's everybody. He made Spider-Man so he could have the notion that anybody could be under the suit. No, he has said it right out of his mouth.
What I'm saying is that one dude that's actually created that argument. He's pretty much the start.
No, it don't matter if it's one. There are people agreeing with this, so it ain't just one dude. If everybody else or a group of people are agreeing with them, so it's gonna be a couple. And I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of people slandering this movie just because of the diversity, and it ain't just one man. There's a bunch of people right now on TikTok, women specifically, killing this movie because of the diversity. Two of them specifically have said it's forced. It is not forced. I don't understand how it's forced. You got a robot Spider-Man, you got a pig, you got a cat, you got a mouse, you got dead people. I'm just kidding. I just want to see if anyone catch that. But you got everybody. The first Spider-Man we meet outside of Gwen and Miles and Peter is Indian. Oh, well, take that back. Miguel is Mexican, but specifically we go to another universe where he's Indian, and I'm like, okay.
He part of the Asian community. I know that for sure. So, yeah, he's possibly Indian. Might be
Nay, he's Indian. He's even made it clear because of his name. You didn't hear it?
This is specific part of India.
No, I know what you're thinking of. You're thinking of Indonesia.
No,
but what?
No. It starts with a D. Let me search it up.
With a D?
Yeah.
In Asia.
No, not. Never mind. Screw it.
She's confusing us in this video. But for me, I don't believe it's forced. If I know we're all watching the same thing too, so it can't be forced. I don't even see how the movie even forced it. You have everybody in there. Shoot, even my favorite Spider-Man. Look, PS5 version of Spider-Man is in there. Well, I should say PS4. My bad. PS5 is Miles. PS4 is Peter. We just gonna clarify that. But yeah, PS4 Peter Parker is in there. I seen him. Look, Unlimited is in there. Spider-Man Unlimited. And I was so shocked to see Spectacular Spider-Man and the same voice actor who played him in the darn show plays him in the movie. I was so proud. Oh my god, I was kind of hurt they didn't have Christopher's version of Spider-Man in there, but it's okay. They'll bring him in. I didn't see Agent Venom. I really wish he was there.
Desi.
What, say his name?
That's what his culture. Desi.
But nay, he's part of India. Even in his books, they're calling him Spider-Man of India.
Oh no, but still.
Girl! Oh my god, you gonna fight? You know what? That's why I can't argue with her. She don't read the books. But nah, you have a Spider-Man ever. What killed me was what did they call them? Hobie or Hobby? Hobby. I love Hobby. I never thought Spider-Punk would be so cool. I read his books too, but his movie counterpart was so much better. And that fool rocking that darn fro. He rocking it. I'm sorry, I'm drinking two at the same time. But now, Hobby was one of my favorite characters from the movie. This fool is such a rebel, like down to his jeans. Look, what killed me when he in the movie? He's like hands. It was such a Spider-Man vibe, and I felt it because it was the same thing that Peter was teaching him in the first movie. He was like, "Hey, bro, always watch the hands." And then the fact that his bioelectricity is so much better in this movie because he's got the hang of it. I'm like, okay, I fucks with it. I'm with it. Now, what else? There was a third one in particular that I didn't have a problem with, but it's up there now. Okay, this ain't a third. Yes, it's a third. I didn't want to make it such a big deal, but about Gwen Stacy being trans.
Okay, now I had the bone to pick with this.
Now, look. Oh, you do? You do. Man, I was so mad hearing that because I have volume 0 through 6 of Spider-Gwen.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Here's the deal.
I'm gonna let you take this one.
She's not trans. She could be the ally to trans people.
Wait. Before we go any further, we have We have no hate, no ill will, no problems, no quarrels with anybody in the trans community or the LGBT in general. We do not hate y'all. We respect and love y'all just like the average fan. But this needs to be addressed because we are nerds, and the fact that this just came out of nowhere, it had to be addressed.
Okay, just because you have flags of us with trans community doesn't mean she is. Possibly, it might be the possible of showing support to the trans community and what can be accepted. Like Queen Lion said. there's possibility of the trans Spider-Man or Spider-Woman, but Gwen Stacy ain't one. She's blonde hair, blue eyed Spider-Woman or Spider-Gwen in the comics. Just like this Peter Parker, brown hair, brown eyes, white man, Peter Parker, Spider-Man. So there's a possibility there are transgender Spider-Man, but Gwen Stacy ain't one. And it doesn't matter if the color palette is so the same colors based on her universe. Like I just said, she's in her universe. The colors shifted between emotions while she's feeling right now, but it depends on the situations. So until she's not trans, they did not prove she's trans. I'm sorry, I'm getting sick of the.
Oh no.
Since you guys decided to put on forced diversity, you guys force LGBTQ plus community into the characters that are existed, even though they're straight, because because the subtle signs of the color palette, or they got a flag in the room. It wasn't confirmed at all, so they're not. There, I put my 2 cents in there.
Well, I think you did better than I did. But that was one of the biggest issues we had of the movie. Like, a lot of people were calling Gwen trans, and I've read enough books. I've seen enough of her appearances. She is not trans. And I'm sorry, but it's true. And look, if you look at the books even before, like, Spider-Gwen showed up and never gave no signs of trans and never came out as trans, and clearly she's not if she can have kids. No disrespect, but it is what it is, and I hate for people to like take a character like that and try to twist her around to fit the agenda, but that's not how it works, especially not for us diehard comic book fans.
You got any more to say?
Oh, plenty. Like, for example, I want to ask everybody this big theorized question. If, and I mean this is a big if Miles in Earth 42 was supposed to be a Spider-Man, and it never happened, why did his universe not collapse when the spider came over to our Miles universe? Because according to Miguel, the main canon for almost every Spider-Man, if you want to be fair, is that you have to get bit by a spider to become Spider-Man. Now, I know that's not always the truth, but if he says Miles is the original anomaly, then why didn't Earth 42 didn't get demolished? That's a good question. Now, I know that one of the main parts of the canon has already happened. Miles's pops is dead in this universe. So, not only did a loved one die, he also lost the captain, because his dad was captain in this universe. You notice too, when you walk in Miles' house, like in this universe, it's green and kind of grim. It
And
gives
purple.
Oh, and purple. Already it tells you that it's the Prowler. You're in the Prowler's type universe, this type Miles. But I say green and grim because it's the nod to the early, like, 2000s or 2010s version of Miles when he first came around in the Ultimate comic books. So I already knew he was in the wrong universe from the get-go. But 2 moments of the canon have already happened. But however, there is no Spider-Man in this universe, according to what we're looking at. But since it's not demolished or erased, like Miguel said, that means there is a Spider-Man out there. He just ain't came out yet. Cause Miles Prowler, I'm gonna call him Miles Prowler. If he ain't dead, like we're all thinking he should be, and he's evil or possibly evil, then that means there's a Spider-Man out there somewhere in his universe. We just don't know.
Okay, I will make this easier, but differentiate between our Miles and another Miles. I would say Huey versus Riley. There.
You know what? That's the best. You know what? Oh, that was good. Cause I ain't gonna lie, Miles with them braids.
That's Riley.
Man, that's Riley. But he looks so smooth. But he the reason I'm growing my hair out right now, just to get them type of braids. It might take me 2 years to do it, but that's okay. This movie inspired me to do it. I'm gonna wait until the movie come out to even do it.
Alright, now back to what we were saying before.
But anywho, he's still around. That means there's a Spider-Man still around in this universe. And look, we also made a mistake, Nay, you and me, because guess what? The directors have said the Miles you see with the braids, he's not necessarily evil. He looked like it, but he's not really evil.
I
What
think so.
what they said is that you see a Miles who's rough around the edges because he wasn't really brought up in this hard times by his pops. He was brought up in hard times by his uncle.
Dre, like I haven't noticed that.
I know, but I mean, all of us, everybody assumed he was evil just because of his, prowler essence.
I don't see him as evil. I see him as troubled kid who basically trying to find a path on his own life.
I thought he was evil. I'm not gonna lie to you, because they gave you the vibe that this Miles might be evil, and then Uncle Aaron won't mind killing this version of Miles.
But if you look at, if you listen to the theme song of this Riley's private theme song, yes, I'm gonna say it. It's more like confused than threatening. Unlike the first movie of the private theme, that elephant song gives me the creeps. But yeah, he's basically confused, scared kid.
He ain't confused. He ain't confused. He looking dead at Miles with such a serious look. He ain't confused.
I know that, but still, the point being, he's still scared underneath this whole facade. So in tune, like I said,
probably, but
I don't feel threatened. I feel sad.
Probably, but his presence scared me. I felt like if I was standing in front of that Miles, I think I have a better chance with the Miles I know right now getting punched in the face. I feel like the fool gonna kill me.
And more to that, I don't think Aaron will actually kill Huey at this point. I don't think he will. They're both the same people, but different universes. So too, I had a feeling he might grow a little bit of attachment to it, and that should beat Miguel's ass for scaring him like that.
I'm gonna just be frank about this, and I hope this don't happen in the next movie. I am praying to God, the director. No. Listen. I'm praying to God that the directors, and I mean directors of the movie, do not tell you that Riley version of Miles killed his pops. I don't want to hear that, because I feel like that's going to like darken my soul for a minute.
No.
No, I'm like dead serious, because they don't tell you how he died. They just tell you he's remembered. I doubt Miles, even in this universe, could kill his pop, but it seemed like since his uncle is still around, he is heavily influenced by his uncle.
Well,
heavily.
The one thing I can tell you is less like it's going to happen because A, he's still grieving. And B, if it actually...
How do you know? How do you know he's still grieving? They didn't even tell you how long he's been dead.
Grief don't have no timeline.
Time limit. But you're not wrong, but he could have...
No, I know that.
Accepted it by now.
He may be still accepting it, but that's the change the fact it still hurts.
Well, of course Nay is going to hurt, but my thing is, though, it can't hurt you forever.
I know that. But
so you're going to have to...
He's still a teenager.
Nay, he looked like he got some experience, and he's been through a lot. And when I say been through a lot, I say enough to where he can accept it and move on without feeling no regret or nor consequences. He's giving you a look, and if you look at his face, he really looked like he don't give a damn.
Actually, no. Like I said, it's all the facade. Just because he seems like accepting it doesn't mean he did. Besides, we only see Riley's version of him for at least a minute or 2 minutes, possibly 5 at the max.
And what we got? What do we get?
So in 2, we're basically developing hand cannons at this point, but we gotta see in the 3rd movie. But I don't think he's over his father's death. If he is, he will not be the prior.
Shoot, that's bull. I think he would be, because you forget his uncle had a bigger influence on him than his pops while he was still alive, even while dead. And I mean no disrespect to his own pops. Something tells me he would have became the Prowler at any point in time. But the Miles, look, what did they tell you in the first movie? The Miles in our universe was supposed to become the Prowler, and what happened? His fate changed because of that spider. His colors went from green to purple to red and blue.
I don't think so.
That's what they said.
I disagree with that one.
I don't.
Well, one thing I basically disagreed about that the color shifted, something like that. I think it's the fact that they're trying to be in sync altogether, not the fact that he's supposed to be the prior.
What do you mean in sync?
I mean, like you said, the colors. They different until they actually come in sync in the first movie. So in 2, I don't think he was supposed to be the prior in that universe, But he wasn't supposed to be Spider-Man until that.
On Earth 42, yes, he was supposed to be Spider-Man. I'm talking about our Miles when he got bit.
I'm talking about Huey, not Riley.
I'm talking about Huey, not Riley.
That's what I said.
That's what I'm telling you.
That's what I'm basically saying. I don't think he's supposed to be a pirate, but he's not supposed to be a Spider-Man.
He was supposed to. Even the directors have said during the color change in the beginning of the first movie when he gets bit, his destiny was changed from the moment he got bit. He was supposed to be the Prowler in this universe.
I don't think he's supposed to be a Prowler. I think it's because it's the same as the Prowler because he related to
what we think of it don't matter because they already said it.
No, they
The directors have said it.
No, they haven't.
How? How you know?
They really haven't.
Yes, they have. If they already tell you about what's going on in the second one, I know they already told it. I already saw the interview. I already know.
But that's going to change the fact that Aaron...
Aaron? Who's Aaron?
Aaron literally said, "I let you down, man," during his dying moments. So too, I don't think Aaron.
That's because he found out.
Hold up. I don't think Aaron will actually let Miles go in that path if his brother got shot and killed. So until I don't think they were supposed to be a part of the first place. However, he's not supposed to be Spider-Man until that spider bit him.
I think he would have done it, and I'm saying I don't think he wouldn't have done it after he found out he was Spider-Man because he was sent to kill Miles. He didn't want Miles to find out that way. In my frank opinion, when Miles became of age or he got to a certain point in life, I think his uncle would have told him and tried to train him because his uncle has a different outlook on life versus his brother. His brother believes everything could be done with inside the book of the law. Aaron sees it from a different way and does everything in the dark. This man is a whole ninja in New York. This don't make sense.
But there's a difference. Huey's father still alive, so less likely the prior was this.
How much you bet if he did not get bit, he would have died?
If he did not get bit,
if he didn't get bit, how much you bet he would have died?
Not gonna lie, he would have died.
Then that means both of their fates were changed by accident.
But still, that's gonna change the fact that his father still alive. Therefore, there's less likely gonna be a part of that universe.
So guess who died then instead of his dad?
Like I said.
That's what I thought.
like I said. No. You're missing my point.
I see exactly your point. The fact that in our universe, his uncle died instead of his pops, his fate was already changed. But now, in this universe, what we're seeing with Riley version of Miles, this man has no dad, has an uncle who is so deep in crime it doesn't make sense. So now, if you really want to be fair to yourself, if the spider didn't switch universes, their fates would be different than what they are right now. I understand where you're coming from, but now... now you need to understand where I'm coming from. God, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay.
But like I said before, his father still alive. So yeah, he may have a stronger influence by Uncle Aaron, but I don't think Aaron would put his nephew in the harm's way that much compared to Riley's Aaron.
Nay, just in the beginning of the movie, he was willing to take him like behind train tracks to go spray paint.
Yeah,
I think he would have took him to a different level.
No, I'm serious.
I am too.
No, I'm serious. He may, like I said, he loved his nephew. I know both universes. He really loved them, but still, if his father wasn't alive, would it have the prior? Would it have a prior in that universe? Huey's universe. His father's still alive. Therefore, less likely the new set of the prior was this. The reason why the colors are the same because he related to the prior. I still think it's up for the foreshadowing.
I think still, if the spider did not switch over, our Miles would it be so much rough as the one we see right now in Earth 42. And secondly, even in the first movie, they made it stakingly clear Miles didn't listen to his folks as much as he listened to Aaron. So if his dad died in our universe versus Riley's version of Miles, he would have become the Prowler because he listens to Uncle Aaron more than he listens to his pop. And the biggest reason why he even chooses to listen to Aaron, because Aaron doesn't give him a good time. I mean, not good time. Doesn't give him a hard time versus his pop. Now, let's just be fair. His pops really is trying to look out for him, but that's us seeing it in third person. Unlike Miles, who's seeing everything in first person, he don't know everything behind closed doors or in certain rooms. So of course, for you, and I ain't trying to be like telling you wrong or nothing, not too much. This man clearly listens to Uncle Aaron more than he listens to his pops, and he's done that throughout the first movie, all the way until Uncle Aaron got shot. And what happens after the first movie is over? He actually hugs his pops and says, "I love you," even though his pops don't know he's Spider-Man. Something he didn't even feel like doing in the beginning of the movie. Because nobody died.
You just proved my point.
Girl, I didn't. I'm telling you straight.
No.
He listened all the way to the end to Uncle Aaron.
You just literally proved my point.
No, because you kept saying he listened to his dad. He don't listen to his dad. He listened to his uncle.
I said that he listens to his dad. I say his father being alive is pretty much directly influenced to help prevent him being the father.
Jesus Christ, Nate. You're not listening to me. I have said clearly, Uncle Aaron is the only person he listened to. He barely listened to his folks. And I've already spoken to you once before and said, if his dad died in this universe, he would have become the Prowler. And I believe it. Yes. He listened to nobody but Aaron every single time. He didn't even go to his pops to talk about girls. He went to his uncle. That's exactly proving my point.
I did prove my point too.
Oh, no, I did not.
Actually, you did. Like you said, if his father did die, he would have come to power. But you also said the fact that he's still alive actually prevented him from becoming the power that you
because of the spider! It ain't because of his pops!
Actually, yeah.
I'm about to kill you like they do in the anime.
Whether you're lucky or not, you actually proved my point. You actually did.
No, I did not.
If he would not become the power,
if it wasn't for that spider, not his pops.
He would not become the power if his father is dead.
Here's one problem. That spider was meant for 42 miles.
Like I said.
So it ain't got nothing to do with his pops. It has everything to do with the spot.
Okay. Let's take it this way.
Riley, oh my god. I like how we went from talking about the movie to arguing about the movie.
Riley's father died in that universe.
Because there ain't no spider.
No, listen to me.
Don't put your finger in my face. Watch out.
Father died before the spider became existent, then transported to the other universe, to Huey's universe. Huey's father, still alive, still married to his mama.
There's a problem. No. There's a problem.
I said listen.
That spider came years before.
I literally said listen.
Oh my god.
Jesus,
your soul.
Anywho, back when I was saying, transported to another universe where his father's still alive. Keep that in mind. If that spider still had bit him, he would still not become the Prowler. No. Hear me out and hear me out well. Just because Uncle Aaron has strong influence doesn't mean he's limitless. Keep that in mind. His parents, his brother's still alive. He takes more than Uncle Roy at this point. And compared to Riley's universe, he's more likely to take the father role, therefore more influence onto him. I did not say he did not listen to his parents. I know that. Believe me, I know.
Hold on. You didn't have to say that, but I know that. I know how you feel, decent. Look, just say we black and move on. We don't listen to nobody.
But doesn't change the fact that he's still grateful his father's alive. We haven't seen it, but sometimes you might listen to him and then make sure his parents are proud of him some way. Even though he don't like being transferred, but he still dealt with it. I don't think Riley able to transfer to a private school. And basically, like you said, Uncle Aaron more directly influenced Miles in both universes, no matter which income. The point being, if his father is still alive, therefore preventing the prowler, because more than anything, he just wanted to make his father proud of people too. He loved Aaron. He's close with Aaron, but he still loved his pops. And his pops not being there, being direct to kill, being on his job, that basically more likely triggered the prowler.
Nay. No. I don't believe that. The reason why? In the very beginning of the first movie, if it wasn't for Uncle Aaron, that spider would have never bit him. Because Aaron is the one who dragged him down to the subway stations down below New York City to spray paint art. If it wasn't for Uncle Aaron, that spider would have never bit Miles. And secondly, there's a lot of people saying that spider found Miles when they got teleported. It was meant for Miles, even though it says it's straight up from Alchemax. Who the heck do we know that works at Alchemax in the Spider mythos? Miguel. So, frankly, that spider raises more questions than answers. But we all know, for some odd reason, it went straight for Miles with no hesitation. And even though it was glitching the whole time, it could have died at any point. Well, and third, Miles, like we have already discussed twice, Miles' uncle has the greatest influence over this kid. Don't get me wrong, he loves his pops at the end of the day. But if it ain't for Uncle Aaron, none of this stuff would have happened at this point. Now I know every version of Miles, every other version, it deals with the love from his pops, it deals with the death of his pops. But in this movie series, I'm gonna say series until the third one come out, then we can say franchise. His uncle is the biggest influence over his folks. And it proves further when you see Riley version of Miles. Who is running the show to help his mom? It ain't Miles. It's Uncle Aaron. And who do you see come in the house trying to grab Miles? Uncle freaking Aaron. And then a lot of people, even on TikTok now, is wondering if he's sleeping with his mom. Man, I'll be asking so many questions too. I really would. But I don't believe he would, to be fair.
I believe that universe prevented Miles become the Prime, not only because of Spider and Aaron, because his father being alive. I mean, keep in mind, they're both teenagers. So, and I know people deal with grief differently, but I need to keep that consideration that he's still grieving. Therefore, he pretty much like want to take his anger out onto the world. He did not save his father.
Nay. You know, for some reason, with all these canon events, they have stated, even with Miguel, none of them really have a time frame for this stuff to happen. According to Miguel, his dad gotta die because now he's about to get promoted to captain. But you gotta remember, Miles ain't been Spider-Man that long. According to the movie, he's only been Spider-Man for about 2 years now.
That's what I tried to say.
So
his father's still there, therefore preventing the power.
Guess what? The movie incomplete. So technically, they could just kill this fool and just make this worse, so much worse. And quite frankly, as I have said before, his dad is a canon moment, yes, but it ain't as big as you really think it is, like you're claiming it to be. It's really his uncle and Peter, the biggest two. If it wasn't for Peter, he wouldn't be doing none of this. And if it wasn't for Uncle Aaron, he would have never met Peter.
But babe, like you said, canon event. So
let me ask you a question. Was it a canon event for that Peter Parker to die?
Yeah.
No, it shouldn't have been. But it happened.
But still, the point being, father's still alive, preventing that canon event, therefore preventing
you can't keep using his pops, because according to the movie and Miguel and everybody in the movie, his pops is about to die. So technically, we can't keep bringing up his pops if the canon event has a lot to roam around his pops for.
What I'm trying to say is, his pops are literally the reason why. The starting reason why he wasn't the Prowler compared to the Riley's universe.
His pops is not the reason why he ain't the Prowler. His uncle is dead. His uncle is the Prowler. His uncle is the reason why he became the Prowler.
I'm trying to say is the fact that the color schemes is basically him related to the Prowler.
That ain't got nothing to do with his pops.
No, I try to say is his father being alive is a reason, is the starting reason why he's not the Prowler. If his father wasn't alive, he would have felt the same fate as Riley's universe.
If his uncle never died, he would have became the Prowler. My thing is though, if his uncle was still around and his uncle gave him permission to be the Prowler, I think Miles would have used his mantle versus Peter because he might want to make the Prowler a good guy in the eyes of the law. Because the Prowler, if you want to be fair, it's technically a family mantle since his uncle is using it.
But I tried to say it.
I ain't even done. But you know what? Go ahead. I'll let you get this one bullet.
I tried to say is the fact that his father died in that universe. Basically, all these emotions and pent-up emotions and like that. And his uncle influenced him a lot more to the point that he became the Prowler. As for Huey's universe, his father's still alive. He's still trying to be the good kid. Nothing actually tragedy happened to him yet. And the color second thing, only because he related to the Prowler or the first showing that he actually knows the Prowler, but doesn't mean he will become the Prowler. And if that were the case, his father would have been dead a long time ago.
No, it couldn't have been. And no, you can't say that either. The story is put in a particular way. We can't just say, oh, if his dad had died before the spider bit, he would have became the Prowler. That is so disrespectful to say, because technically you don't even have enough evidence to say that. Quite frankly, the first movie alone already gave you enough evidence of what could have happened.
And he's not going to be the Prowler.
But guess what? He can't be now because he would have been though if it wasn't for that spider. But since we're here now, all we got is bits and pieces and speculation. And quite frankly, the reason why I say we can't keep using his dad of saying why he would never become the Prowler, because unlike this movie where they told you his dad was going to die in 2 days, we had no idea how long he's been dead or when he died. Because you look in his house, there's not one single photo of his dad. Not one. Every last one of them are him and his mom. So if you want to be fair, his dad could have died even when he was born. That's how crazy this could have been. We don't know nothing about his dad in this universe.
But one thing we do know, why Miguel so helped prevent Miles from his father's death?
Because Miguel watched everybody die in a universe where he tried to be a dad. The universe said, no, you can't be a dad. You have to be Spider-Man. He clearly said it in the movie too.
And like I pointed out, if his father is still alive, he will not become the Prowler.
You know what, Nate? That's not enough.
No, I'm serious.
I bet you are. It's not enough.
No. I know. What I do know is the fact that his father's influence is pretty much preventing him to become the Prowler.
His dad is the captain. He's going to die. Well, I don't want him to, but Miguel has stated that it has to be somebody close to you, and then the captain of the police force dies. Sorry, I just spit.
But like I said before, he will not become the Prowler in that universe. His father still alive.
His dad is dead. Let it go.
No,
not that wrong universe.
I'm talking about Huey.
He's about to. He's captain. He just got promoted.
What?
But I'm not trying to say I want him to die. I don't want him to. But he's going to, according to the canon.
But I tried to say his father being alive was preventing him.
His dad ain't the reason he ain't the Prowler. His uncle would have been the reason, but his uncle is dead. The Prowler is gone.
Babe, what I'm trying to say is his father's still alive, but still prevent him become the Prowler.
So you're telling me like Spider-Man, like him right now, as him Spider-Man right now, is the reason why he ain't become the Prowler because of his pops? Yeah. Is that what I'm hearing? No, it's Peter. He just met 5 other Spider people. They're the reason he ain't the Prowler right now.
What I'm trying to say is the fact that his father's still alive, therefore the Aaron's influence is not as strong as Riley's universe. therefore preventing him become the part. He's not supposed to be in the part in the first place.
Yes, he was.
No, the reason why the colors are different because they're not in sync until now.
No, he was supposed to become the Prowler.
No, it's the fact that they were not in sync until now.
What do you mean in sync?
I mean, look at that. Looking into the Spider-Verse, okay, the colors are different.
It went from purple and green to red and blue.
And that's I tried to say that in sync. And compared to across the universe, they got all the different colors because of made the Spider folks. That's not about him being the product. It's about being in sync with Peter Parker.
No, because there was already a Spider.
Yelling.
Our bad. We talking.
Jeez.
Stop that yelling.
We can't stop. Well, I can't make that many promises, but I'll try my best to at least make one.
Look closely. Different colors because when being in sync with different Spider people. He just being in sync with Spider-Man, that Peter Parker before his death. It's not him basically being the pride before his destiny changed.
Nay.
It's the fact that they're in sync.
Nay. According to Miguel, since Miles is the original anomaly, he's the reason why Peter Parker, not Peter B. Parker, Peter Parker is dead. He wasn't really supposed to die, according to Miguel. But if that was the case, why didn't everything get blown up in the first place? Because if Miles is the original anomaly, at least 4 universes would be destroyed right now. At least.
But like I said before, and I say again, it wasn't him that the destiny changed of being from Peter Parker to this damn Spider-Man. It's the fact that they're both in sync since they got bit by the same type of spider.
No, they weren't bit by the same type. What do you mean?
I mean, keep that in mind. They may have different powers, but that doesn't change the fact that they're not in sync until their colors are the same.
They are not bit by the same spider.
Looking into the Spider-Verse and looking across the Spider-Verse, the colors change. Depends on how many.
You just said him and Peter were bit by the same spider. No, they weren't.
Same type of spider, not the same spider.
Peter's Parker spider is not from Alchemist. It is from Oscorp.
Same type of spider.
It ain't the same type. They're from 2 different companies.
Anything. Background was.
They are.
Background was saying. Different colors. They're not in sync. Same colors. They're in sync.
Nay, let it go.
Look at across the Spider-Verse. Different colors until they became in sync.
Nay.
Indian Spider-Man.
Stop.
No. AI Spider-Man. Bunch of Spider-Man. Basically, everything different color until them actually got closer. Therefore, they got in sync.
Nay. They got in sync when his fate changed. It's over, Nay. He was supposed.
No,
what are you looking down for?
He's not being a part. He's not supposed to.
He was supposed to.
No, the colors are different until they in sync. Keep that in mind.
Cause his fate is changed, and he didn't know he was a spider till then.
No. It's the fact that his.
Cause he didn't have his powers before he met Peter.
It's not the fact that his. It's not the fact that he basically will become the part of us as Spider.
What time is it before we continue? I feel like we're going off too hard.
No. I'll cross it. Oh no.
We're really doing. She's searching it up on TikTok. Man, I ain't even got my phone on me, man. You know what? This though. Wow, I'm so glad I edited this video and made it almost an hour long. We've been arguing for almost 50 minutes. We've been arguing for 50 minutes plus. Jesus. Man, we're some diehard fans, ain't we?
Yeah.
I feel bad for anybody who's about to watch this video and hear us go back and forth. Nah, not really. You guys probably want to get into it too. We all love Spider-Man. I think almost everybody on the planet loves Spider-Man.
Keyword, almost.
I said almost for a reason, because quite frankly, I ain't met not one person yet who hates Spider-Man to his core, everything. I know there's a couple people that hates Batman, and quite frankly, I don't hate Batman, but I don't agree with the stuff he do. We're getting off topic because this ain't even a Batman video. Look, you trying to find it? You can't find it?
Oh, it's in my favorites too.
Then go in your favorites and pull it up then.
Yeah, I'm going to be scrolling down for days.
Exactly. You're going to be doing the same thing right here. Everything Spider-Man related on TikTok is from across the Spider-Verse. There's no point. Oh my God. I feel like there was something else we're missing from the movie. What did we miss? Forced diversity.
Check.
Miguel being the villain.
Check.
We did all the theories.
Check.
There was one more. We mentioned Gwen being trans. We got that out the way.
Check.
I swear there's one more piece of evidence or one more thing we were missing and we were mad about.
Oh yeah, I hate the fact that for some people call Miguel racist.
Oh my God, thank you. Well, no. Man, I was so mad. I'm like, so y'all mad because a Mexican chasing down a black guy? Really? Racist? Now I admit I'm disappointed in Gwen for turning her back on Miles at one point, but she tried to fix it, but at the last second. But I'm gonna be fair with y'all. Miguel ain't racist. All of y'all make the movie racist. Everybody who's watched that movie and said Miguel was racist, all of y'all are racist. I'm sorry. Miguel was not racist. He ain't even the real villain of the movie. We just already established that.
He's an antagonist.
He's an antagonist, but he ain't the villain.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's why I'm like, I think everybody took that into context the wrong way. Everybody thought just because he disagreed with Miles and put him in a sphere, he made him a villain. No, the Spot is clearly the villain. This fool is about to kill the whole dimension of people just to get more power. He darn near did.
Multiple dimensions.
No, specifically, multiple. No, listen, specifically Spider-Man in India's universe, he literally almost destroyed it just trying to get a power boost. He almost put an actual black hole in the universe, but instead, since Miles stopped a canon event, he created that hole, that black hole in the universe. Somebody's gonna kill us in the morning about this because we talking so loud. Yes, we have neighbors. I do love and respect them, but they're gonna have to kill us. I told you, green to purple, and they switching. His fate was changed.
That's common knowledge.
But no.
That's common knowledge. That's common knowledge. Doesn't change the fact that his father's still alive.
Because his uncle died. His father is not the Prowler in any universe. In every universe, his uncle is the Prowler.
That's what I'm trying to say. His father influenced based the event.
Quiet, PlayStation.
Yeah, shut up, PlayStation. But anywho, back to another topic, Miguel being racist.
Man, we already covered that topic. He ain't even racist. He's not racist. I already said it.
The reason why they claim that he's racist because
I already said it. You late.
I hate the fact that these people decided to call him racist because he's pretty much a Latino, and Miguel, I'm sorry, Miles being an Afro-Latino, basically calling it a racist term because he's saying you do not belong here.
Oh,
it was taken out of context.
Actually, he said specifically, you don't belong here. You're not worthy of being Spider-Man. You were a waste of freaking space.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's taken out of context. It's not about him being Spider-Man. It's about basically his ethnicity.
Now, I won't lie. Miguel, his intentions and his reasoning ain't wrong. How he was going about it, and I think I even said this in the beginning, was wrong. When he sent Gwen back home forcefully, I think that was the moment where every Spider-Man there started questioning like the reason why they're doing this whole Spider Society. Because the moment he forced Gwen onto that teleporter or the web teleporter, I was already shocked to my face. I was like, he did not just do that to one of his fellow Spider-Men. So if any of them were to get out of line again, he would just send them home with no teleporter on their wrist because each one of them have their specific teleporter. I'm like, dang, that was savage. That was cold, but it was savage. I'm like, dang, even Peter Parker wouldn't have done that. But you know what? It is what it is. And like I said, 2099 is very serious compared to all the other Spider-Men. He don't play no games at all. You see how he took on the Vulture from 1602, so it is for real what it is. Now, like I said, I hope in part 3 we either get a Spider-Man Civil War or we get like a Spider-Verse type movie, like the actual storyline with Moreland and all the vampires coming around, because everybody in the Spider Society, they're all nice and one Ben. I wouldn't be shocked they had a bigger threat than Miles show up. So we only have, what, a whole year and some change to see? Because they pushed the date back, so.
I don't think they did. It's still March.
They already, yeah, it's not March 29th. It's going to be later on in April.
Hold on for a second.
But I know one thing: they pushed back all the dates for the Avatar movies. That hurt. Well, you actually searching it up? Just to let you know, we got 6 minutes left.
Okay.
I didn't expect to be
Still
talking.
March 29th.
Oh, it's still March 29th? Why did I find out they tried to push the date back,
On
man?
TikTok. That's the same app that basically caused the civil war in Spider-Man community.
Yes, it really did. I ain't gonna lie. It's one of the longest running civil wars I've ever seen in comic book history. Look, even the actual Civil War didn't last that long. It only had like what, 12 graphic novels. One of us is like a main story, the other 11 are like side story, like Civil War, Wolverine, Civil War, X-Men, Civil War, Spider-Man, and so on and so forth. But nah, I think I covered almost everything. Did you feel like we missing anything?
Okay, Miguel being racist. Check.
Uh huh.
Trash. Check.
Yep.
Fudge. What's next? 4-star diversity check.
Mhm. I think that's pretty much it.
Are you sure?
I'm dead sure. I think I got everything off my chest about this movie. Even like so mad about it being incomplete. But look, we don't have that much longer to try and, sit and wait for the third movie to come out. Oh, I forgot one other thing. The Prowler, as in MCU Prowler, man, it was so good to see Donald Glover as the Prowler. Because you didn't see him play the Prowler since Spider-Man Homecoming, which was in 2018. But seeing him actually in the movie, in his actual suit, it was cool. He just didn't wear the helmet. Then you see all the villains from every other universe. It was fun. It's a tremendous masterpiece. I do believe it's the best Spider-Man movie made right now. Out of all of them, it's better than No Way Home right now. That's how good it is. If you don't believe me, go watch it. And go watch Into the Spider-Verse if you ain't tried to watch the first one. But until then, I've got nothing more to say. Do you?
Nah, I got nothing more.
Alright, well, we're going to let y'all decide about the movie or tell us your thoughts and theories of the movie. Hopefully, y'all don't kill us on what we had to say about the movie and about all the other topics.
I quite honestly, guys, I just don't give a fuck right now. If you guys actually want to attack us for our own differences, such opinions, or possibly a theory in a little argument, well then, click off the channel. I pretty much don't give a fuck. We're going to say what we're going to say, and that's about it.
True. That, we just gonna be like King and Queen Lion. We got receipts. Man, I'll be following that man. That man is a legend. Anywho, thank y'all for tuning in and listening to our thoughts on the movie. If you kind of agree with us, let us know. If you got some theories of your own, tell us in the comments below. If you think something else might happen differently, or you think a canon event is operate a little differently, tell us too. I like to learn from everybody. But I'll catch y'all later, okay?
See ya.